The siege tanks threatening the 9 are going to go down to Radiates coming in from the Science Vessels. Finally, some Goliaths coming in and helping pick up. But he's lost a lot of tanks in that, so effort playing a delaying game. But still feel that despite all of his resources and that he can constantly reinforce his forces, he's not really consolidated his hold on this game. Going to pick off another Science Vessel there. But yeah, effort really hasn't consolidated a hold on this game completely, because for a long time he tried to get an additional base without being successful in doing so. And Light going to be mining off 2 now. He should be working on that lower left hand soon enough. And this 9 o'clock position, his biggest target. There are Guardians there to take that out. There are Zerglings, and there's Dark Swarm. There's the Guardians being the biggest threat with no aerial anti-air forces. That 9 o'clock position can be easily defended by a Zerg player with Guardians, and Defallers in there can be irradiate on those Guardians. On said Guardians, like, gonna lose another Science Vessel. Really needs those irradiates right now, so losing the Science Vessels. Effort just doing every little thing here to make sure he can take a hold on this game. And unfortunately for Light, he's just can't really spread out his army much, and I feel that really defensively he's not in the best of positions overall. Has a command center at the inside 9. It's just giving him, I think, a little bit of nothing, so he might want to be floating that off somewhere to a better place. I don't know, slow float. He could have, floated that towards the stick, built the command center, and floated to the lower left hand. Ultra's Cavern already going to be up there for effort, and he's still mining everywhere. I mean, he's main and natural pretty much dead at this point, but still the 12, I'm sorry, the upper right hand, the 9, the inside 9, all of them are not maybe fully saturated, but still giving him some resources, so he's constantly reinforced, because really this entire game, he's been using a lot of his Zerglings, a few Defilers, a few Guardians. He's never went too heavy on the tech, so I really like that decision. When he went heavy Guardians, he lessened the number of Lurkers and Guardians. Couple of Hydras going to go into this 3 o'clock position, just going to morph into Lurkers right there. Damn. Audacious. And I'm not even sure if Light's going to expand the lower left hand. I'm not even quite sure if he's spotting that out. Yeah, seems like he's moving his tanks around, but I'm not even sure if he knows about those Lurkers at the 3 o'clock position. Doesn't really seem to see that on his minimap. He's just trying to micro his forces around and trying to fight back these pesky damn dark swarms at the close to the 9 o'clock position. I'm going to see efforts first person view. He's going to start killing stuff here at the 3 o'clock. He is doing a good job of staying in this game, plaguing all of those tanks. That's going to be huge. They're all going to go down. And oh man, must I question Light's idea to go for Medic Marine, go for Mech, because at his best I still feel, I understand the transition, try to go for that quick big army and kind of just rip everything to pieces with that, but I honestly feel maybe the best decision would have been to stick to Medic Marine. He would have, a much more maneuverable army, and SK Terran, even with tank support, maybe not pure SK Terran, but, Medic Marines with tanks and Science Vessels, still believe is Light's strongest spot. So I think he's experimenting a little bit, but now fully upgraded Ultras are out there. These are going to be a huge pain without enough Science Vessels to deal with them. You need a lot of siege tanks, you need a lot of Science Vessels, and Light throughout has lost a lot of siege tanks and a lot of Science Vessels. He kept a large force at all times, but now he's lost a significant amount of it. Almost getting some more Mind Drags into his tanks. I think just with effort, just running around with all of these cracklings, a lot of that's going to happen. Goliath's finally going to be defending here at close to this 9. And the lower left-hand position for Light, meanwhile, has been denied. I think there's a hatchery coming up there. And lone Ultralisk stands until he dies, and then he'll sip a juice. Oh, God, I can't breathe through my nose, which I hate, and I'm parched. So, it's a great mix. Can't breathe through my nose, and I'm trying to talk, or my tongue is going to flapping around. I feel that the longer the game goes on at this point, Light's kind of slowly being edged into a corner, because he only has 2 lifelines at this point. He hasn't picked up the lower left position. I'm not quite sure how longer he can keep producing this Tuck Army, because it is somewhat gas heavy. He's producing a lot of tanks. He's getting some vultures out there, of course, minerals only, so at the very least he's going to be producing a lot of that, but he's still producing a lot. Still producing a lot of tanks, trying to also additional get some Science Vessels out there alongside to support. And the double gas the left hand would be such a big thing for him now, but I'm not quite sure whether he has too much life. Look at that humongous Dark Swarm line. Ultra's just right on top of the tanks, ripping them to pieces, and the Light is looking like he's in a lot of trouble. Spent that mid-game in control, and just denying bases for effort. So he fights back the ultras now, but I'm just wondering how long this is going to take because it's really hard to spot. Who's the advantage? Who's the advantage? But unfortunately, you can even spot in the game that Light is not constantly, can't really constantly reinforce. Well, you always see a bunch of Zerglings out there for effort, and he still has the stronger economy, in my opinion. And Light's still desperately trying to get some of his tanks going back and defend and just trying to keep his tank number up. They're going to get threatened right here. Ultra's going to get in there. Dark Swarm right on top of that. Plague also. Vulture's trying to plant down the mines to rip those Ultras to pieces. But Effort still doesn't have this game. Light just staying in it. It's like a freaking cockroach. You know people that, when the world ends, cockroaches and Keith Richards. Those are two guys that are going to stay alive. I was thinking of maybe making a racist joke in there somewhere, but I'm not gonna. So let's see. And Effort also just looking, let's see, 12 o'clock not mining anymore. Upper right hand doing something. 9 o'clock positions also at least giving him some resources, but still Light holding. Blah, blah. Going to be able to pick up the lower left for himself. Finally, this is going to be such a big lifeline for Light. He needs that base. Zergling's right on top of this. We cannot allow this to happen. Effort knows this. And Light just desperately waiting for that pesky dead Zerg structure to die. And really spotting this now for Effort. He's producing mostly some Defilers, some Zerglings, and a few Ultralisks. And he just can't get a big enough army to really force Light back. He really needs to deny that lower left hand, just keep his economy strong. Light, meanwhile, now has his third lifeline, still mining some at the 3, still mining some at the 6, now going to start mining a lot at the lower left hand. Just get the double gas going, get that, just get that double gas going. 1 minute later, you're going to be mining a whole sinful of tanks. You're going to be producing a lot of that. Meanwhile, now it seems like it's going to be a lurker. Was that a lurker drop? I think it was maybe a Zergling drop. Not quite sure. I think it was a lurker drop. But yeah, Light sending a lot of forces. Yeah, a Zergling drop here, just getting killed before they even managed to do much. And a lot of tanks here at the lower left hand because Light knows I need this base. This is my lifeline. I need to get it up. Need to saturate it like a madman. And just this is what's going to win me the game. That's pretty much it. The lower left hand position, such an important piece of stuff, and as I said earlier in the game, Lights need to deny it and take it for himself, and he's done so. But Effort gonna go for a big drop. Ultras in here, but I'm just wondering whether there are too many Vultures, too many tanks. Zerglings also coming in from the ground. Ultras being dropped around, so a lot of the siege gonna get taken down by those, but a lot of mines being planted, so even if some of the siege get taken down, I'm not quite sure where the mines gonna be penetrated. More tanks, more Goliaths gonna come here to reinforce, and it looks like Effort's losing his grip on this. He's just not getting the reinforcement. He's sacrificed so many forces. It is his style of play. Run in there, sacrifice. He never even close to he never even gets close to 200 supply, this guy. But right now he's looking in trouble. He can't really produce much out of a sec from Zerglings. He's trying to utilize his sacrificial style the way he knows how. Sacrifice your forces to do some damage here, do some damage there, and do economic damage, lower the forces, use a little bit every time, and always have resources to resupply those forces, but he's still looking a little bit in trouble. He's sacrificing a lot. Gotta go for a seemingly big push to the left hand, but really look at this. It's just a skeleton crew. A few Ultras and Zerglings with no Defiler support. That's not gonna last for too long. Ultras, even before the Irradiate kills them, the mines pretty much, okay, he's going to be able to get close enough to the tank, but die of Irradiate and Vultures. So, or even the tank blast. So, yeah, overall, does seem like the slight moment of danger there for Light. It does seem like he's going to be able to take this, because Effort just not with the force he needs. He's been doing a great job being annoying and doing some damage here and there, but Light with that low left position, getting that important lifeline that is needed, because the 3 o'clock is out at this point. The 6 o'clock position, not too much, but that double gas at the low left hand is just going to allow him to continue producing tanks, continue producing what he thought. I thought Effort had him for a moment. I really thought Effort had him for a moment. I thought he had him caught. I thought he had him in a position where Light really wouldn't have been able to fight back, but even though he's going for these Dark Swarm attacks, these siege tanks are just too many. Ultras coming close, just get raped by mines before they can really do what they need. They soak up damage, but if the Zerglings aren't doing the damage and Ultras helping, not too much. Light still defending this. Effort just sending every single bit of Zergling he has, just trying to kill everything here at the lower left hand. before Light can reinforce it, but I just don't think he has it. You can see a constant stream, always some stream from the upper left hand, just running towards his lower left hand position, and Effort just trying to just use a battering ram of forces, even has drones coming off. Okay, it was drones coming off at this point, trying to support, just going last-ditch effort here. The weakest link of the battering ram at this point. But Light's gonna hold, and Effort finally GG's. Light holds this. Nice play from him. So, Light really, from the beginning, controlling the game, finding a little bit of danger in the late mid-game to early late game, really just finding a little bit of danger where Effort seemed to just be all over the map, seemed to be everywhere, but he never really managed to consolidate his bases. Effort, I think, might have even gone for an expo too many, stretched himself too far, while also trying to produce a lot of forces, because he has that sacrificial style. Go out there, spend resources now, go out with forces. Even if I lose them, that's fine. I'm going to produce a lot more forces, and taking breaks in the middle to produce economy can weaken you significantly. So, Effort, sweating quite a bit there. Has time to work on this to get back into it. So Light going to take the first win. Might be a surprise for some, but I still think his TVZ, his really large and magnificent understanding of the matchup has really shown why he is such a good TVZ player. And even though he didn't go for his standard, Medic Marine stuff, he transitioned. He knew he could win with it, especially on a map like Polaris Rhapsody, where you kind of need forces that can range, and tanks, Goliaths have that range that you need, and the mines on the late game against all those ultras really came in handy. So Light takes the first set. Who's actually going to go in there and talk with C, who's actually going to be facing off against Jadong, so it's another TVZ going to give some words of encouragement, I suppose. But hey, that's it for now. GG guys, Wrenching Up for assisting. Hope you enjoyed. That was a significantly long TVZ, but I enjoyed it, and hope you did as well.